What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the New Wave Investor, where we aim to demystify the cryptocurrency space and just help you navigate the space a little bit easier. I believe this is going to be the new wave of investing. So let's get straight into the video. You may have seen XRP is down 32% today. If you're new to the space and a new XRP holder, I wouldn't panic just yet. The cryptocurrency space is extremely volatile, and we've seen drops of 20, 30, 40% in general across the cryptocurrency space. So this is quite normal. Cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile, a lot more volatile than the traditional equity market, which has trillions and hundreds of billions of dollars flowing through it every single day. Why is Ripple down? Why is XRP down? I must mistaken. The SEC, the Security Exchange Commission of the United States, has charged Ripple and two of their executives, the co-founder Christian Larson and the current CEO Brad Garlinghouse, for conducting $1.3 billion of unregistered security offering. So they've been accused of selling $1.3 billion across the past 7 years worth of XRP. Ripple is, for those who don't know, is a cross-border payment settlement technology company. So they facilitate payments, cross-border payments across the world. They've got partnerships with hundreds of banks across the world. And they're accused of selling XRP, which is the cryptocurrency, separate from Ripple, to the public, myself, yourself, and other companies and banks across the world. So that's what they've been charged with. And let's just go into what the SEC actually said. Issuers seeking the benefits of a public offering, including access to retail investors, broad distribution, and a secondary trading market, must comply with the federal security laws that require registration of offerings unless an exemption from registration applies. So that was the director of the SEC's Enforcement Division. They state, "We allege Ripple, Larson, and Garlinghouse failed to register their ongoing offer, them selling the XRP token, and the sale of billions of XRP to retail investors, which deprived potential purchasers of adequate disclosures about XRP and Ripple's business and other important long-standing protections that are fundamental to our robust public market system." So yeah, this is the news around everywhere today. This has sort of been ongoing for quite a little while. There have been rumors of this coming, and it's been sort of there in the background for the past couple of years. Is XRP a security? Is it not? Ripple have done various things in the past to sort of distance themselves from XRP, such as changing the logo. Ripple, the company, and XRP, the cryptocurrency, used to share the same logo. They used to be various sort of nuances, but they've done a rebrand and tried to differentiate the two. But anyway, let's go in to see what Brad Garlinghouse himself had to say about this when speaking on CNBC.
I think this is an important issue, and I think there has been confusion out there. Ripple, the company, as Kate introduced, we have shareholders. We've raised capital from venture capitalists, from actually institutions, and even banks like Standard Chartered is a shareholder. XRP is a separate thing altogether. It is a currency that trades in the marketplace. In the last 8 years, over $1 trillion of the currency has traded. And so what we find is, the SEC, in my opinion, having watched this for many, many years, taking a position now that is, frankly, I think, with one foot out the door, a little bit.
So as I said before, Brad Garlinghouse found it incredibly frustrating because Ripple, the company, have been seeking clarity on XRP for the past couple of years, and the SEC has actually not provided any clarity over XRP, but he doesn't believe it to be a security. And then he's then quizzed as to why XRP has been targeted and not other cryptocurrencies, which he goes on to answer.
File a suit. Well, about 2.5 years ago, a little over 2.5 years ago, the SEC came out proactively and said they did not view Bitcoin as a security. They viewed it as a commodity or currency. Shortly thereafter, they came out and said Ether, the second most valuable cryptocurrency, is also not a security. They then have spent the last 2.5 years going after kind of enforcement by saying that certain initial coin offerings were securities offerings. Actually, I've spoken out in favor of that because I think in many cases those were in fact.
And if you're not aware of what initial coin offerings are essentially the same as an IPO, but they were for digital currency assets, cryptocurrency projects that were sort of peaking around that 2017 bubble. Loads of projects were essentially raising money by collecting Ethereum and then using that to fund their projects. And individual investors like myself could, and I did, sign up to the ICO and receive your tokens or your cryptocurrency from that particular project. And they've all been targeted since by the SEC, and I'll just show you a few examples. We've got ShipChain, a logistics platform. They've recently just settled and paid a £2 million penalty with the SEC. You had Kin token, so the messenger app Kik. They had an ICO back in 2017, raised a ton of money, and they recently settled with the SEC and paid a $5 million fine. Another article talking about the Kin token. You also had Block One, who raised about $4 billion at the time in 2017 again via an ICO, and they also had to pay a £24 million penalty to the SEC, and there's another article about it there. So this was a couple of years ago, so it's very, very strange that the SEC are just coming for XRP now.
XRP, however, is almost undistinguishable from what is Ether in terms of its decentralization, in terms of the breadth of activity. It's traded on a couple hundred exchanges around the world. And what's amazing to me is not a single other country anywhere has looked at XRP as a security. You've had countries like the UK and Japan and Switzerland and Singapore all come out and say things that make it clear that XRP is a currency. Actually, one other nugget I think is interesting is even here in the US, the Department of Justice has viewed XRP as a currency, and the Department of Treasury has viewed XRP as a currency. Sorry.
So you've heard what Brad Garlinghouse had to say there. He doesn't believe XRP is a security, and the Department of Justice in the United States view it as a currency, and so do the Treasury. So yeah, we'll see what happens with the SEC. Also in the news today are traders talking about the impact that XRP will have in terms of the price. So for XRP holders, this is for you out of there. Some traders are saying XRP will be completely untradeable. The price is going to drop. The price would crash. The market for XRP could quickly dry up, causing prices to suffer in the US. The US Securities and Exchange Commission ultimately prevails in an in an expected lawsuit against Ripple, including I give up. Essentially, the article goes on to talk about how drastically the price and liquidity could be affected by this, and how if many cryptocurrency exchanges are forced to list XRP, the liquidity will dry up and therefore the prices will dry up as well. So it could have a detrimental impact on the price of XRP. However, Brad Garlinghouse doesn't quite agree. He goes on to say that the impact of trading on XRP wouldn't be drastically affected, as over 90% of XRP is traded outside of the US.
So about 95% of XRP trading happens outside the United States on exchanges around the world. And so that's outside of the United States SEC jurisdiction.
So according to Brad Garlinghouse, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. A lot of XRP trading comes from China, comes from South Korea and other exchanges. So if 95% of the trading is from outside the US, it technically shouldn't have that much of a big impact. But who knows? And Ripple Labs in general, the company does over 90% of its business outside of the US as well. Brad Garlinghouse recently said that on a podcast with Anthony Pompliano. So I don't know. What do you think? Comment down below as to how you think this would impact the price of XRP. It's interesting to see how and where this would actually go itself. And then finally, just to close this off, Brad Garlinghouse then goes on to say that he feels that the SEC are moving unfairly and essentially picking winners, and they've essentially picked Bitcoin and XRP as the winners and as their chosen, favorite childs in the cryptocurrency space, which is a very, very, very slippery slope. So we'll go into that now.
What does this mean for the crypto industry here in the United States? The SEC is really picking winners. They're saying there's a duopoly of Bitcoin and Ether are the two digital assets, the cryptocurrencies that will be not regulated by the SEC here in the United States. And it really, I think, sends an ominous sign for innovation around cryptocurrency in the United States. Picking winners in general has not been something the US government should be in the business of doing.
So yeah, that is Brad Garlinghouse's take on XRP. I could show you even another clip from 2018. He's reiterated this on many occasions.
That XRP is not a security. It exists independently of Ripple, the company. If Ripple, the company, shut down tomorrow, the XRP ecosystem would continue to exist. It's an independent open source technology. From an ownership point of view, owning XRP doesn't give you any ownership of Ripple equity. And ultimately, as we just talked about.
So as you see there again, ownership of XRP doesn't give you any ownership of Ripple, the company itself. You're not entitled to dividends, you're not entitled to any profits, and Ripple, the company itself, has its own shareholders who receive dividends. So XRP and Ripple are not entwined, and if Ripple, the company, were to collapse tomorrow, XRP would still thrive in the ecosystem. It could still be traded, it still could be used for cross-border payments, and it would not give you any claim on Ripple's assets. So essentially, according to Brad Garlinghouse, they are not entwined at all. And just to finish it off, he goes on to say, essentially reiterate what I've just said.
The ironies of all of this is that for XRP to be a security of a company, the company has to exist. And the point that I have made at various times is that if Ripple, the company, didn't exist, XRP would still thrive around the globe with, a couple hundred exchanges around the world. And there's over 100 different projects, innovative entrepreneurs here in the US and around the world building on top of XRP. And the reason why they're doing that is because XRP is far more efficient in terms of speed, in terms of cost, to settling transactions and using it really as a currency. The power consumption has been widely reported of a Bitcoin transaction is dramatically different and costs a lot more.
So essentially, yeah, that was Brad Garlinghouse's take. They've been reiterating that Ripple and XRP are not the same. XRP is not a security for many, many years. Ripple have hired several ex-SEC chairmen, attorneys, lawyers to bolster up their defense. They've been preparing this for a very, very, very long time. What would I do if I was you? I just read the information very, very carefully, and make a decision yourself as to what you want to do. If you are a XRP believer, this may be a perfect time for you to stock up on some XRP and buying why prices are extremely cheap, especially in Satoshi value. Satoshi value, for those who are new to cryptocurrency space, are the price in Bitcoin, which is the main thing you should actually be watching as opposed to the actual price. And if your if you believe that this is going to have a negative impact on the price, then it may be a time, and if you can't sort of contain or take this volatility, it may be you should consider your XRP holdings. But yeah, that was essentially it for today. Thank you for listening if you made it all the way to the end, and yeah.